Hello and welcome to another math video. Here we have a system of differential equations and we are going to go ahead and solve it. Alright, so we can see that we have kind of two functions of t here. We have the y of t and we have the x of t. What we want to do is, I want to try and get rid of either y of t or x of t so that I have one equation with just a y of t or just an x of t, right? So we can try and solve that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to solve for this x prime of t up here in the first one, and I'm going to try and solve for the x of t here in the second one. Okay? So rewriting this, I'm going to move this 2y of t over to the other side, and then I'm going to divide through by -1. Okay? So that is going to look like this. I'm going to have x prime of t is going to equal 2y of t minus t squared, okay? Because I'm dividing through by -1, so this is going to become a positive, this one's going to become a negative, okay? And I just have the x prime of t out on the left-hand side. Here, I push everything else over, except for the x of t, over to the other side, so this is going to become positive y prime of t and minus y of t, okay? So, here we go. X of t is equal to, we have y prime plus y plus 3, okay? So, this looks a little bit more manageable, okay? What we're going to do here is I'm going to solve this, sorry, not solve, I'm going to take the derivative of this part, okay? Because I have an x prime of t over here, I'm going to try and see if I can find another x prime of t over here, and then we're going to equate them and see what kind of equation that gives us, okay? So, I'm going to go x prime of t. Here the derivative of this is just going to be the second derivative, y double prime of t, plus this is going to be the first derivative. The derivative of a constant is just 0, so we're going to leave it at that. Now, here we go. I have this x prime of t here. I have this x prime of t here. I'm going to set them equal to each other. Okay? Up here. So, I'm going to write this one down first. I got y double prime of t plus y prime of t is equal to 2y t minus t squared. Okay? Now I want to collect all my y of t functions on the left-hand side, so I'm just going to move this 2y of t over. I'm going to have y double prime of t plus y prime t minus 2y t is equal to negative t squared. Okay? Now, what we have here is a second order differential equation, and we know that we can solve this using a homogeneous solution as well as a particular solution. So we're going to start with the homogeneous solution first. In order to get that, we have to sort of grab an auxiliary equation out of here, and we're going to be changing the right hand side equal to 0. Okay? So to grab the auxiliary equation, every time you see a y double prime, you're going to pick a random variable, usually m or r, right? I'm going to pick r. If you see the second derivative, it's squared. If you see the first derivative, the exponent of 1. If we see no derivative, then it's just the coefficient out front, okay? So here we have r squared, right? Second derivative plus r to the exponent of 1, so that's not going to be written down. And then here, there's no derivative, so it's just going to be the coefficient, which is 2, -2, right? Equals 0. Here we just have a standard quadratic formula. We're going to go ahead and factor this. So here we have r plus 2, r minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay? We have to find a number that adds up to equal +1 but multiplies to -2. So 2 and -1 are our answers here. And then we can see that our solutions are -2 and 1. Okay? Here we have 2 real roots. Okay? What that means is we can take these and plug them right into our formula for the homogeneous solution. Okay? So our YH is going to be our first constant of integration, e to the exponent of -2 multiplied by t plus c2 e to the 1 exponent multiplied by t, which is just going to be e to the t. Okay? So this is the first part of our solution here. There we go, we're getting somewhere. Okay, To get the particular solution, we're going to be dealing with this right-hand side here, the negative t squared. Okay, so I'm going to take this formula, I'm going to copy it down over here. I'm going to go y double prime t plus y prime t minus 2y t is equal to negative t squared. Okay, so for the particular solution, we need to sort of guess a solution for what the solution of the left-hand side is going to look like based on what the right-hand side looks like. And in order to guess that, we need to look at a right-hand side, so it's a quadratic, right? Don't touch the table, please. It's a quadratic. So what I'm going to put on for the left-hand side is sort of a standard quadratic equation here with coefficients a, b, and c. Okay. So here I'm going to have a t squared, because it's quadratic, right? Plus b t minus, don't forget the coefficient out here, right? We have 2. That's sort of what that's going to look like. And we're going to we want plus c, right? So we don't know what that coefficient might be, okay? Then I need to take the derivative of this, okay? Because I need to be plugging this into here eventually. In order to do that, I need the first derivative and the second derivative, okay? Going ahead and taking the first derivative of this. Here we have 2at plus b. C is going to turn to 0. Second derivative here is going to be 2a. B turns to a 0, okay? Now we're taking these, plugging them into here, okay? So what that's going to look like is this. Y double prime, so our second derivative is 2a. So here I have 2a plus first derivative here, which is 2at plus b. And then minus, we have a 2 out here. And then we have our original particular solution, which is this one. A t squared plus b t plus c. And that is all equal to negative t squared. Just like this, okay? Now we're going to expand this out. 2a plus 2at plus b minus 2at squared minus 2bt minus 2c is equal to negative t squared. Okay? Now what I want to do is I want to take all everything attached to my t squared. I want to move that out front, okay? And I'm going to factor out our coefficients a, b, and c, okay? And this is what that's going to look like. I'll show you in a minute, okay? So we have our everything with our t squared, okay? Then everything with our t after, which is this and that. And then everything without a t is going to be this, this, and this, okay? So, factoring out our t squared, what we're going to have is negative 2a t squared, right? Then we have plus, here we have 2a attached to the t, so we're going to go 2a. Then we have minus 2b as we attach to this t, okay? Then we have the t out here. Then we have plus 2a, 2a plus b minus 2c, okay? So we have 2a plus b minus 2c. And the reason why I wrote it out like that is because now we have to equate these. We're going to get 3 equations, and we're going to have to equate these with the coefficients that we see on the right-hand side. Here we have the coefficient for t squared, which is just 1. Here is, we don't see anything else because it's just 0t plus 0. If I was to write them out, right? So we're going to have our 3 equations that look like this. Negative 2a is equal to negative 1, right? Then we have 2a minus 2b is equal to 0. And we have our last one, which is 2a plus b minus 2c is equal to 0, okay? Right away from this one, we can see that a is equal to 1/2, right? Divide through by negative 2. equal to 1/2. We're going to plug that into here. So 2 times a half is just going to be 1 minus 2b is equal to 0. Then we have negative 2b is equal to negative 1. B is also equal to 1/2. And then we're going to be plugging both of those into this one. So again, 2 times 1/2 is just going to be 1. Plus our 1/2 minus 2c, which is equal to 0. Okay? Moving everything up here. And we're going to have negative 2c is equal to negative 3 over 2. And then our c is going to be equal to, dividing through by this negative 2, we're going to have a negative divided by another negative, right? So that's going to be 3 over 4. Okay? Alright, so now we have our coefficients a, b, and c, and we have our homogeneous solution. Finally, we're going to go on and have a general solution, okay? So y of t, the general solution is going to be a homogeneous solution with our particular solution that we have here, okay? So, this is what it's going to look like. First, we're going to write down the homogeneous solution. C1 e to the negative 2t plus c2 e to the t. Now, we have plus our a is 1/2, right? T squared plus our b is 1/2 t plus our 3 over 4. And this is your final solution right here. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day.